الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Brother Imam Rudolph Muhammad. I accepted Islam when I was 18 years old in St. Louis, Missouri, and actually started my journey in Al-Islam many years ago. After a while, I moved to Kansas City. Thereafter, being involved here at Inshirah Islamic Center, I became the interim imam in 2005 and officially became the resident imam in 2006. Inshirah Islamic Center actually grew out of the foundation was the Nation of Islam in the early 1950s. Today we actually have third-generation Muslim families that are connected with that movement and that time and period that we're very proud of. And we evolved from that community of the Nation of Islam, and we made the transition in 1975, where our leader and teacher, Imam Wafi Muhammad, led us to the awakening of the Quranic position and accepting the Sunnah, following the Sunnah of Prophet Muhammad, prayers and peace be upon him. Since that time, we have evolved and have moved from location to location until now we're at this current location that we're at here on 3600 Block of Truth. And we're very happy to say that we're vastly outgrowing this location and this property, and we're looking forward to paying off the debt here and eventually establishing a new site in a new location where we can strive to build and establish a model community.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm Zarif Osman. Operating in the capacity right now of Program Director here at Inshirah. I'm past Chairman of the Board of Directors, position occupied for about 6 years. Presently, I've been involved in Al-Islam since December of 1970 and migrated to Kansas City from the great state of Virginia back in 1975. Have made Kansas City my home since that time. Right now, the father of 7 and grandfather of 17. Al-Islam has really been a foundation in my life that has directed my path. And while serving in various capacities here at Inshirah, we were able to, in 1997, undertake an ambitious goal to acquire our own property and to have no longer continue to rent in other various places. So we came here in 1997 in this building, which we purchased from the Kansas City Chiropractic College, called the Cleveland Chiropractic College of Kansas City, and transformed this building into a masala. And on this property we have 3 adjacent properties, 2 houses, one of which houses our weekend school, our Clara Muhammad weekend school, that has been continually operating now for over 13 years. We also acquired a property on the north of us that currently we're under renovation to bring it online as a community source to further enhance the ministries of outreach that we have established in the inner city core here in Kansas City. So we've remained in this area in Midtown Kansas City since our early founding. And today we take great pride in trying to be a good neighbor throughout Kansas City and the faith community. We have extensive friendship in the Christian, the Muslim, as well as the Jewish side. Many of our friends are of other faiths, and so Islam has been a key for opening the door for us to participate in the intra-faith and multi-faith activities throughout the city. One of which was our Abrahamic House campaign, which 3 years ago we participated in the building of Habitat for Humanity House with the two other major Abrahamic faiths, the Christian faith, the Jewish faith, and then of course Al-Islam. We represented that component of the Abrahamic faith. In fact, we participated in 2 houses over a 2-year period, building from ground up in construction, providing labor, some financial assistance, planning, and the like. You know, that process has taken us on many different paths in order to see the need to keep Al-Islam well established in the center core of the city. You know, we operate by choice in an area that many were moving out of. We were the new kid on the block, so to speak. We moved into this area by choice because it was an area of the city that was underdeveloped and blighted in many cases. Once we began to invest in this area and this property, the entire community began to transition, began to change.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm Crystal Shakur. I'm the director of the weekend school here at Inshirah. And I just wanted to mention briefly some of the services that we have here for children. And I hope and pray that with the help of many dedicated sisters and brothers that we'll be able to grow and expand on some of those projects. First of all, we have the weekend school, which is every Sunday from 10 to 11:30. And we have young children ranging in ages from 3 up to about 15 years old. And right now, we've been working steadily on Islamic studies and some of the Arabic, learning the alphabet. We also have been working on Muslim character and doing a lot of growth just as a community so that we can know each other as brothers and sisters. I also help, or I actually facilitate the summer camp every year, and with the help of Sister Amelia, Sister Jalila, they both also work with the weekend school and have been here many years. We do a really great job together bringing children together, and not just from Al-Inshirah. We try and incorporate children from all over the community here in Kansas City so that they may learn each other and know each other, so that when they grow up they will have a foundation of Muslim brothers and sisters that they can grow with and hopefully expand their own Islamic lives with. And during that camp we emphasize Islamic studies, prayer, every prayer. We also talk about Allah's creation and the wonderful nature that's around us. And they have a lot of fun activities, swimming, horseback riding. They do a lot of sports outside, have a giant bonfire, a big bonfire with they have the s'mores and the hot dogs. So we just have a lot of fun with the children during the camp, but we also bring them together. Because I think, and many of the sisters and brothers here that work with me believe that it helps us when we have support. And not just us as grown-ups, but the children need support as well, especially when many of them are in the public schools and they're not around their Muslim sisters and brothers very often. Another program that I am so proud to be a part of this summer with Shahida Haziz is the summer lunch program, and it has been a wonderful success so far. We do free lunches every day. Sister Shahida has done a wonderful job with promoting and trying to get grants for the program. And we've had many children come out, Muslim and non-Muslim. It's for the community at large. And so again, that's another great effort of the community. And it's not just for Muslims, it's for the community to show that we are service and we are a part of the community. And these programs, as well as many more, I hope in the future that we may be able to, inshallah, it's been a long dream to have an actual school. And that is one way that we can really grow, not only as Muslims in our little community, but as a community that helps the larger community. Because if we have a school actually here or at any other site that we may be able to obtain, we can also promote Islam for us, but for the community at large. Because it wouldn't have to be just for Muslims. There are many non-Muslims that love to be in an Islamic environment because of the character, because of the morals, and of the great teaching and education involved. So I ask you to help us as a community with your donations, anything that you can give that will help and support the children. Because it's not just about us as adults. The children, they need something to grow with and to help them have a balanced life.
Many of our members have been involved in anti-crime work throughout the years, and we're very proud of the different things we're doing. We've also been involved in Christmas in October with a couple of the other churches out south that we actually get together and work on repairing homes and updating property for the needy. We have seen a trend in the last several weeks We've had several people to take the Kalima Shahada, brothers and sisters. And in fact, most of them have been young adults, and we're very pleased with that. We noticed that, especially in the summertime, when students come home from college and whatnot and are traveling, that we're very packed in here. We can very well see that it's only a matter of time before we'll have to, if you don't get here early, that you'll probably have to have Juma in the house next door. So that's a good problem to have, and it just goes and coincides with the increasing spirit that we have here. We have a new spirit that we're witnessing here at Inshirah that I firmly believe it's a result of our seriously studying the Quran in Arabic, and it has changed the whole spirit here at Inshirah, and I think it's put us on the path of progress. We feel that we're right at the door of realizing and fulfilling our mission statement, which the mission statement of Inshirah is to cultivate for humanity a model community based on submission to the will of God. And we feel that establishing that model community is our real goal, our real mission. And if we can pay off this property and develop it, we think we'll be in a strategic position, and also it will add to our spirit to go forward. That would be the first base, but to go forward from that and actually to locate some land, some acreage, where we can begin to establish and build and establish a model community that reflects Muslims, Christians, and Jews living together, working together.
Planning and the like. So we are at a point right now where we, out of necessity, need to expand our quarters where we are. We initially started with about 40 families here and have since grown to where we have a need to retire the mortgage that we have that yet remains, and then set our sights on the phase beyond that for expansion. And that's what we hope to do, inshallah, coming forward with this capital campaign that we have undertaken with Allah's help to really have a bigger footprint in the greater Kansas City Midwest area. So we've seen what Islam can do when you're in an urban core setting and you bring the light of Islam with the Quran and the Sunnah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to the public. They will respond in a positive way. And so our desire now is to add to that so that we can see those who have not yet had a chance to participate with us and through Islamic outreach, that we'll get a chance to do that.
So we're very happy to be where we're at and to look forward to continued growth and continued expansion. We can see ourselves beautifying this property here, and then also looking forward to building a bigger establishment, a bigger facility that will really serve our needs in a greater way.
Any donations that are given, great amounts, small amounts, in between, you know, there is a great benefit to the giver in this respect, that receiving starts with giving. It's a principle that's universal in nature, and many times, you know, those of us who might have grown up and lack spiritual guidance or spiritual understanding, you know, we're into the give me or receiving mode. We think of it that way, that if I get something, then I'll give something. But really, in Islam, we don't see that, because zakat is binding on us. We don't have an option in that respect. So what we find is, by having the injunction to give, irrespective of how great or small that amount is, whether it's time, whether it's our effort, our interest, our money, our support, our good words, that it comes back in a multiplier effect. And so what happens is the human being feels much better about him or herself, about his or her community, and that brings about a better sense of self-esteem, self-fulfillment. And what that does is the community is able to grow by that, because then we have this collective shared space, as our leader Imam Warith Muhammad told us, that, you know, shared community space is something that we all share together, including with all of humanity. So if we give where our heart is and where we'd like to see growth and where we like to see progress, then we can recognize and benefit by that, and then God's blessings go with that. But our goal is to help develop the human being to where spiritual strength is recognized, where faith is grown regardless of the persuasion of faith, but their faith will grow by giving. You know, a very good question has been often asked. Will contributions and donations to this capital campaign be eligible for favorable tax treatment, basically being tax deductible? Very proud to say that Al Inshirah went through the IRS venting process to be certified as a 501c3 certified not-for-profit entity under the IRS code, granting us 100% tax deductible for gifts, contributions, and awards that we're receiving. So the public can feel very satisfied. In fact, we took great pains to make sure that we provide a copy of our IRS certified letter that says that we are fully tax exempt, and it provides our tax ID number as well as the statement from the IRS stating that. And we do that because we want donors to realize that in the modern era today, you know, it takes great effort and great pain, and those who make the sacrifice to help us, we want them to get the reward that's due by the IRS.
We really firmly believe that this is one of the greatest causes that you can donate to or work toward, is the building and establishment of a masjid, of a mosque, house of worship for the sake of Allah. So we really feel that the reward is guaranteed. Allah says in the Quran, He promises in the Quran, that if you dedicate yourself to this type of work, that He will reward you many, many times.
And if I just might add, you know, to that, you know, we've established this capital campaign to really be launched for all of our donors, particularly in the month of Ramadan. And since it is during the month of Ramadan, all contributions are magnified, are increased, because Allah tells us in the Quran that if we make a goodly gift during Ramadan, that we get added blessings for that. So we'd like to see the community see this as a seed sowing opportunity, to where sowing a seed in us at Al Inshirah, whether it's a great seed or whether it's a small seed, but watch that seed grow. Plant that seed in Al Inshirah, a community that is asking for your support and your help financially and then otherwise. In some cases, you may be able to donate services, or you may be able to donate equipment, or you may be able to donate money in the form of a check or whatever to help with this cause to grow it, because all who participate receive the multiplied blessing in that event, whether they be Muslim or not. And so what we are very excited about is the ability to keep our hand on the plow right now so we can plow the ground. We really are a faith community that shares the same ideals and aspirations for our family, for our future, and our country collectively. And with God's help, we know that we can be successful. Sow your seed in Al Inshirah and watch the progress and the growth.
Will you help support our vision to unite all in the remembrance of Allah? To identify and meet the needs of the expanding local Muslim community? To become a center of excellence for the learning of Islamic knowledge in Greater Kansas City? To tackle misconceptions and misrepresentation of Islam in our society? To invest in our future, educate our youth, and equip them with Islam? To recapture the essence of a masjid in Islam, a spiritual haven and social hub where Muslims of all ages can support and celebrate with one another.
Invest in our future. Visit www.alinshirah.com/campaign. All donations are welcome.